All right, all right. It is now 11 o'clock. It is now, hey everyone, it is now 11 o'clock. Time for news. And now, from the 18 Action News studio, this is 18 Action News Live. All right, hopefully everybody is enjoying the Phillies game. I am the CEO of IPW, Infinity Philly Wrestling. My name is Vinny Mac, and I'm going to be here tonight doing the interview with IPW former Chief Operating Officer, the Lioness Jase. In case many of you are aware or not, I'm going to bring you up to speed. The Lioness Jase and the entire Lions Den has left IPW. They have resigned Sunday night. They have gave their resignations to IPW management effective immediately and vacated their titles. And apparently, this is done within good reason. This is done within good reason, and they feel like they needed to move on to other and better opportunities. So we're going to bring the Lioness Jase on onto camera so she can to everybody talk to everybody, and that way she can get her side of the story out to each and every one of you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Lioness Jase to 18 Action News. Hey Lioness, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just about to get off of work.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's what's up. So,
hmm
so why did you leave IPW Sunday? You and the entire Lions thing. That was a big shocker to everybody when they found out that y'all had left and vacated your title. Y'all was on top. Y'all was doing the damn thing. But now Sunday night, that was it.
We're not even going to put it as a perspective because, unfortunately, IPW fan base, this isn't a act. This isn't a storyline. The Lions Den really is no longer with IPW, and this isn't even the Lioness talking. This is Anaya. This is
Mhm.
I left IPW because backstage and how I seen the company and what was really going on, it wasn't it wasn't uh, uh wasn't on the same page. It seems that everybody there was a group of people that wanted better for the company, and then there was a group of people that claimed to have want better for the company but didn't want to do better for the company.
Okay.
As you know, the members of the Lions Den, by being a part of two of the members, by being a part of the IPW roster, put a lot on the line for themselves. Reaper Haas, he's not technically supposed to wrestle in backyard companies anymore.
Mhm. Right.
You know, he gets a lot of backlash from that.
Mhm.
Um, and at certain times, it even affected how his pro run goes. Um, Mental Giant, he is technically a member of the ASW roster. Also, congratulations to ASW. As you know, if you've seen that live on my page, they went to the next level. They have their LLC, so
Yes,
see
the
where that
great,
goes.
the great.
And you know, by him taking that chance for IPW, it hindered what he originally had planned for ASW.
Mm-hmm.
For me, as you know, when I came to IPW, I came in with the mindset to be a wrestler, but also with the mindset to help the company grow and help the company do more. And not only gimmick wise, but as an individual, just behind the scenes, I wasn't getting the respect or recognition. And people on the outside that seen what I was trying to do for the company, they even seen it. And it's just confusing as to why I had to go through what I went through. And it got to the point, I got to a breaking point where I can't do this anymore.
Oh my goodness.
That's true, and a lot of people don't know that.
And I was basically also, I was giving a choice. And because of how Sunday happened, I took the other opportunity.
Okay. All right. I understand you had to do what's best for you and everything, and and we wish you nothing but the best and whatnot. And I know your fans will definitely follow you, to ASW or wherever you decide to go.
I mean, it's just like, for me, it's really like there's so many people that claim they're for IPW, and Vinny, you know personally
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people are part of the roster or claim that they're there for IPW. People that were there before me, you know that the things I provided, nobody really wanted to provide or help with.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a toll on a person. Vinny, it's been multiple times. I could pull up screenshots. We had a management group chat. You're the CEO, I'm the COO.
Yes.
There was certain things we needed in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you were the only two people putting up towards it.
Well, that's true.
There was never any real teamwork, but there was a gang of people on the outside that was able to dictate what was going on in the company.
Mm.
And made me look like the bad guy.
Hey, Yasmin, how you doing?
I'm okay.
That's good. Good to see you.
And made me look like the bad guy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, what was the reason?
Okay. I'm gonna add Haas. Haas, I'm gonna add you in a minute. But yeah, nobody cannot take away what you've done for IPW. I mean, nobody's gonna take that away. You reached out to other companies. You did your thing. You was on IG, Instagram page all the time, reaching out to different companies or whatnot to work with IPW. So nobody's going to take that away from you. You basically you put it out there. You put IPW out there.
But yet I was made to seem like I'm a bad guy, or people felt as though I was given a lot of things and I didn't work for it.
Well, you participated. You participated. You was there. You was going to events. You was going to events where nobody didn't come or whatnot. So yeah, so that's the facts, and everybody else can attest to that. That's true.
You would like to voice your opinion?
Yeah, because that whole shit fucked up the functionality of my household. No sleep, going to work, taking care of them. We're arguing because you're taking care of them. My entire household and the funding of our household was completely shot the whole time you were dealing with IPW. And nobody cared.
That's another reason. No, it felt like nobody really cared about the effort I was putting in. A lot of the people only felt about what they weren't getting, but not understanding why they weren't getting the things they weren't getting. It's common sense in business. Professionally, whether y'all want IPW to be an indie, a pro or stay a backyard, there's still levels and rules to how things go. And at certain times, it felt like instead of working with grown men, that no offense, 90% of the roster was older than me. Instead of working with grown men, I was chasing around children.
Okay. It's unfortunate that all this has happened, and all the. Let me just say this: the company could just learn from what they didn't do, and they could just grow from it. And, I'm going to invite both sides on or whatnot later on, not now, but I definitely get your frustration tonight. I really do.
But I mean,
I get
it's sad. It's sad because apparently I'm not the first person that has left IPW under these circumstances. I mean, from what I've seen before I got there, IPW had pros, men that are now pros working on the roster trying to do the same things I did or do. You had, Just Saying was an IPW World Champion. And he was trying to do the same thing. And because he gave his advice, people felt the type of way. You had Rio Roman, who was on IPW. He's now a pro and he holds a title. The same thing. You had, Behemoth. There were people, it's mind-boggling how throughout the seasons you had these people trying to help. And now it's like, not only does that make it look bad, it limits, it hinders the company because of the certain people that don't really want to grow from it or take accountability. It hinders the company. I'm gonna be honest. This is my honest opinion. This is no hate. I can't see IPW going any further if people aren't allowing themselves to want to go further and take the advice that is given to them, or stop seeing it as, oh, because I've been here longer, I deserve it. No, that's not how that goes. I was in a company before, example being SCW.
If you just walk anywhere.
SCW. I was a part of SCW, and he's now pro now, but Rocket came to SCW after me. He had a title shot, but that's because I was in the mindset that certain IPW wrestlers was in. Oh, I was here longer, I deserve. Not knowing that damn well I had to take a step back. Back then, my wrestling was shit. My attitude and my character was shit.
You still better than a lot of motherfuckers on your roster, but we're not going to talk about it.
Oh, it was some other people. Wait a minute, Yasmin, you want to say something? What you want to say?
Okay, what I want to say is, for one, and this is not me trying to be rude or defame anybody or the hard work that they put in, but quite frankly and personally, from somebody who is professionally trained to fight inside of the octagon, I'm professionally MMA trained. They do not have the mental capacity to honestly do this job and take it to where it needs to be, because the only thing that they are worried about is getting a title and not the process it takes to actually earn the title itself. Not the belt, but the stance behind it. And this is going to be the last thing I have to say.
Yeah.
For me to watch a bunch of grown men decide that they all want to gang up on one female because she has an idea, an agenda, and a process that she wants to go through to put them in a better situation, to basically demean and pick on her, it's fucked up.
Or
it's a little fucked up
what I'm trying to do for the company.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't like her advice or you don't like the position that she's putting y'all in, it is nothing to say as a whole, hey, we should all sit down and agree on this. I don't feel like this is where we need to go or this is where I need to be. Y'all didn't do that. Instead, y'all decided to make separate chats or go to other chat rooms and degrade her and basically talk about how she only got the things that she got because she wants to be the boss or she thinks she's the boss. But if you look at the situations that were created around you guys because of the hard footwork she did, y'all wouldn't be where y'all are.
Well, yeah, that's true. I agree with you. I give Anaya credit because she's the one that talk to WTW and other companies. So I give, and I give you credit. I give you credit. And hold on one second. Haas, check your inbox. Check your inbox for the link. Check your inbox for the link. Click on the link.
Is there any way that I also can look at the live comments, or is that? Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah, right there. You could look at the live comments and stuff. Yeah.
Like, because here goes the crazy part for me. When I started, mind you, people like to say, yeah, I want to be the boss, but not knowing. And that was another thing that frustrated me. The owner of IPW, JT, when I came and I told him my ideas and what I wanted to do and how I wanted to help, he gave me that leadway. So everything that I was doing, it wasn't because I'm just pulling it out my ass and I want to be this tyrant. Everything I came up with before I presented it to the team, I presented it to JT.
Gotcha.
Every single thing.
Gotcha. I understand. I definitely understand. What's up, Haas?
Oh, hello, what's going on? So I'm all right. I just got home from work, whatever, all that. But I have quite a few things that I need to say as well.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna start like this. For those of y'all that don't like me, I don't care. All right. All I'm gonna say is I speak truth and I speak honesty. I've never once lied to anybody about anything I've said to y'all. And I've said multiple times to people that at the end of the day, that one right there, that's my people's. So any type of disrespect or anything personal wise, I'm not gonna atone for that, because that's out of order, y'all. That's really some childish shit. And I've said this numerous times. I've gave everybody warnings that do not disrespect her, because otherwise me and you were gonna have a problem. And for all the people that disrespected her when all she was trying to do was just help, that's really childish. Like, I don't like it, and I've said this multiple times. Like, nobody is saying these things to hurt y'all feelings. That is the one thing you're going to deal with if you were to go pro, or you were in front of somebody that's been doing this longer than you have. The whole I want to title this, I want to title that. That is a standard in every company. You're not going to get it because you ask for it. You have to earn it. Everybody has earned a title, no matter what company they are. ASW, SCW, HSW, IPW, and pro companies. Like, it's just baffling that it has to come down to this, that people don't care, or people don't want to like take the initiative to admit when they're wrong. And it's just like, and then my whole thing about it is, now that everybody wants to start preaching IPW, now that she's left her managerial position, I find that kind of funny, because when we tried to get everybody on the same page, nobody wanted to.
It was crickets. I wasn't getting responses.
People that's been booked for shows that were part of this company that no show, WTW shows, ASW shows, any other shows that people try to get to. Now I'm gonna say this because it's the honest fact. Everybody got comfortable and went over to CPW because it's the honest truth, because y'all were promised a title. But instead of putting in the work, and let's be real, I was trying to help train y'all. Instead of putting in the work, y'all decided to take the easy route and just go where y'all can have a title regardless of how skilled you are.
Like I don't know if you guys may know. I don't know if he's gonna be in the live, but John Campbell, he does photography for a lot of pro companies.
Mm-hmm. And that was another thing I touched on. John is somebody that knows the wrestling community.
He works with a new indie company called T2I.
Okay.
A couple of the IPW guys, JT, Ron, myself, Keenan, even some CPW guys, Devin, we were all invited. And this is what boggles me. We were all invited to go to this event to do security. That puts IPW in a good position to be pro. We were invited out to do security and do spots. If you Google everything, it's about the same distance it takes to get to CPW. it looked bad on us because only I technically was the only one with a valid excuse not to be there because I was away. Nobody showed up to this event, and you guys really think other people are gonna want to come work
Y'all
after
got
stuff like that happens?
y'all got to realize like there's steps and levels to when you want to become a professional wrestler. Like for instance, let's prime example, MJF from AEW. I'm pretty sure some of y'all didn't realize he used to be a security guard on WWE TV. Some of y'all probably haven't noticed that. But Sheamus was one, Wade Barrett was one, Cesaro was one, and look where they're at now. A couple of those guys, former world champions, those guys are making their names for themselves because they took the steps that was necessary to become a professional. Not everybody's going to be a wrestler right off the bat.
Another thing, it's unfortunate that because of my leaving, IPW lost partnership with WTW. I don't know why it was made out to seem that all WTW did was hardcore matches, but that was never the case. These guys were willing to put on regular matches for us, and whoever was comfortable could have did hardcore. But because there was never no shows, no participation, and just excuse after excuse, they only wanted to work with myself and Reaper.
Now, I can say this. We understand that everybody has lives, everybody has jobs and everything, but you had to put time into yourself. If this is something that you want to do, then do it. But if you feel like that you can't commit to it, then don't do it. This is the stuff that I hear at LTW. And I can't really see who's on the live because of how my screen is set up, but Just knows that. John knows that. Fucking Behemoth knows this. I know he's watching. It's not like I said before. We're not trying to be assholes to everybody. She's not trying to be an asshole to everybody. All she was trying to do was help. But y'all made it seem like, because they put her in a position where she can call shots. Y'all thinking she's just going to use her power to run over y'all, and that was never the case. Because all in all, like backstage politics only start depending on who decides that they feel like they're too big and they're better than everybody. If you're one of those people that feel like you're better than everybody, that's where all the backstage politics start.
Yeah, all that was unfortunate that it took place like that. I mean, I can
say,
uh-huh.
Go ahead, Vinny. Go ahead, Vinny.
I was just wishing this never even happened.
Right. Like my position of me leaving is because of the simple fact there's nobody for me to challenge for. Okay. I've literally been calling people out. Nobody's answered, and it's just like, am I really going to be sitting here holding this title and I have a challenge or anything? Which is why I gave the incentive to Keenan of having a title match with him, but because of how things are going, how everybody just wants to do them, there's no point. Like, I don't have no ill will with anybody. Like I said before, for those that don't like me, I don't care. Because that just proves to me that you're man enough not to say it to my face. But like I said, I don't have no bad blood with anybody. It's just this shit is just falling apart. No matter how much we try to hold on to everything and try to give everybody opportunities and, try to talk people into saying, like, you can do this, you can do that. You have the mindset, you have the skill, but you're not going to apply to it. I'm not going to be able to do nothing with it.
Like, prime example of somebody from the roster that had the potential. Ronnie.
I had high hopes for Ronnie, but it was just like after a while he just stopped. He just started floating off and doing his own thing, and I don't know why.
Ronnie would come to training and everything, and then, like, before I got there, Ronnie was cutting promos every week, it seems.
Like when training first started popping around, Ron was the first one there. He was the first one there and ready to learn. That's why I don't really have no issues with Ron as a wrestler, because at least he took the initiative to try to learn, and he was always the first one there, up and ready for training.
And as you know, as one of my positions of being a COO, I mean, hell, I was the COO. I helped bookings. I helped make posters. I helped Like I was just doing it all. So my
Mhm.
one thing was with Ronnie for a while. I had always advocated him having a certain story where it put him over.
Right.
Now let's be realistic, and if there's any pros or anybody that does this out in the live right now in the comments, now we know when you're holding somebody to a statue to be the face of your company, you expect certain things out of them, right or wrong.
That's true. You do.
That's right.
Hmm.
All season we did not see our IPW World Heavyweight title.
That was unfortunate. That was
A
unfortunate.
title from a company, that a sister company, the title that I held, that was the relevant title for IPW. That was the relevant World Heavyweight title, and it wasn't even an IPW World Heavyweight title. But that was also because things got switched around without people knowing, and then we had nothing.
That was one of the biggest issues as like a wrestler, because I'm not management or anything. There was no communication between certain managerial like staff members about what changes were going on, who did this, who did that, where it should be communication between everybody.
Because no offense, at Urban Assault, when JT placed that title on Devin Adams, nobody from management about that. It was not talked about, but it was made to seem like this was just out of it just came out of thin fucking air. But clearly that meant it was talked about without your right hands of the company.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
And that's another reason I left. I felt like it was too much of that going on, but I was being nothing but straightforward and upfront with everybody and with everything and with every decision I made. And I gave everybody the realest reasons on why I thought certain decisions were supposed to be made, because at the end of the day, it just made sense.
I mean, we know what
I don't know how people felt about certain decisions that was made backstage, but instead of understanding why they was made, it was just a blame game of them trying to make me seem like I'm just a selfish individual that didn't want better for them.
I know after all this that had transpired, IPW vows to learn from their mistakes that they made, and they learn and they want to do better. Everybody, they wants to do better, and they're gonna I've
been preaching this from the rip. I want to see everybody do better, only because of the simple fact my brother wanted everybody to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy's big dream was to make sure that everybody could be somewhere where everybody could wrestle at, where the environment was just family. And it's like, where's the family connection for IPW? Most of the roster is just going AWOL.
I mean, well, that's the goal, to bring the roster back and make IPW a family-like environment. That was the goal from day one when IPW started in 2020. That was the goal from day one. And we just got to get back to that goal, to that mindset of a family-like environment.
And for those that are still upholding that mindset, I applaud you. Because at the end of the day, it's your decision to do this or not. And the fact that y'all still want to do this off of the simple fact because you love to do it, because you want to learn, because you want to get to the next level, I applaud y'all for that. Because there's a lot of people, no, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people I've seen that want to do this. Mm-hmm. I know for sure Keeney wants to do it. Mm-hmm. JJ's already up there. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like, everyone else is just like, they make it seem like nobody wants to see them win. Nobody's praying on y'all downfall. Nobody is trying to basically say into constellations and shit like that they don't want to see y'all make it. Everybody has a dream to do this. Not everybody's cut out to do it, but if you're not going to give up on it, then don't give up on it. But don't just try to run around and make it seem like, oh, you're this multi-time world champion without proving why you're a multi-time world champion, proving why you deserve the championship that your company has, proving why you put in more work than everybody else. Because otherwise, if you can't show that, then no one's going to book you anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree with you. It's more than just holding a title and whatnot. And I feel like the roster did learn from this season. It was a lot of bickering about, I want a title, I need a title, put the title on me, and whatnot, versus working hard and letting the work show for itself. And I believe the roster has definitely learned from that this season.
Like here's the biggest prime example of like working hard and winning a world title. Kofi Kingston. The man's been in WWE for over a damn near a decade, and he didn't win his first world championship until about like what, a couple of years ago?
That's true.
Yep.
That man busted his ass. A multi-time tag team champion, Intercontinental United States. He's had plenty of Rumble moments and everything. He worked hard for that. And when that year came about, when Kofi Mania started running wild, it was his time. He earned that. Shit, it was Daniel Bryan's idea to drop the title to him because he earned it and he worked for it. Kofi didn't complain.
No, I mean, not to our knowledge.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Here goes another thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before, we had brought everybody into IPW. IPW was only a limited roster of how many people exactly? Like 5?
That's true. It was only 5 people.
And then you already had 3 to 4 titles.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you're not telling me that you're that title hungry, that before all these people got here, those titles stayed consistently between a set of people. Unfortunately, in the world, when people are coming, of course, there's more talent to spread the titles around.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what it was for a lot of people on the IPW roster. They didn't like the change and the growth of how many people were actually starting to come to the company.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that at a lot of places. People just think they're going to get left behind or they're not going to be like featured anywhere anymore, when y'all got to realize that's never the case. If you continue to put in the work, continue to show that you want to be here, you're always going to be on the stream. You're always going to get booked in a match. You're always going to be on TV. But don't ever feel like you're going to get left behind because there's more talent coming into the company.
That should make you just want to strive harder and show why you deserve to be here just as much as anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the goal is always to increase the roster, not to make it smaller.
Exactly.
But also, you should want to see the new people that come into your company
and be happy that you get to work with them.
Like, there's still people in IPW that I didn't get a chance to have one-on-one matches with. And
I can say the same thing.
It's a shame to say that it had to go like that, because people were more focused on themselves and what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've faced RJ before when he came to ASW a couple of times. I faced Whirlwind plenty of times when I first started wrestling. But there was people I haven't had a chance to get a match in with yet. I haven't gotten a chance to match up with Ryan. I didn't get a chance to lock up with Keenan and teach him some things. Like, I was really there to just help elevate everybody, help them grow. Like, it took me a minute to get to the level I'm at because I worked for it.
Like, hell, just past Sunday at All-Star Mania, I've been wrestling for 4 years, and since I started wrestling, there was only one person I could think I wanted a match with, and that was Haas. It took me 4 years to be able to get to have the match that we had,
I can definitely vouch for that, because when she was a part of SCW and she asked for a match against me, she was told she wasn't ready yet. So everything she said about that is definitely true. They told her she wasn't ready yet. I was on a different level than her. And like she said, she waited 4 years to finally get a one-on-one match.
Wow. Okay.
And we did the damn thing.
Yeah. In 4 years, that's a long time, you know. But you
That's
you
why.
you was
That's
patient.
why when she sent her promo into the joint and everything, that's why I said that was long term storytelling for her.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
The match was more so for her than it meant for me to defend the title.
Right.
Like I
That's.
said, that title was just the plus. Even if it was just a regular non-title match, it
Hmm.
still would have just been the fact of I got that opportunity to face him. And it's not like I'm even facing him as a backyarder because technically this man is a pro. So I'm not facing a yarder. I'm facing a pro.
Listen, I spent damn near 8 9 years in the yard. I've been 1 year in the pro scene now. Things are definitely a lot different than what they used to be.
Hmm.
You know, at that WTW event, our whole IPW roster was invited, was supposed to be in that match, and nobody came. You know, there was another pro there, Angelus Morningstar. He was giving
My
pro
tag
training
team partner.
and advice, and nobody was there.
Keenan showed up. Brazy showed
AJ and
up.
Brazy,
JJ showed up. Eddie Exile showed up. Doc
but not the
Holliday showed
people
up.
that wanted, but not none of the people that wanted titles or that complained about not having certain things in our company.
Hmm.
Because to be honest, WCW said if more of us would have came, there would have been more matches on the card.
Yeah. True. True. Yeah.
They
You know,
definitely had
so
some. They definitely had some open spots for everybody. It was just a little disappointing that not everybody showed up.
and you know that's
That's
embarrassing because
crazy.
people looked at me because people looked at me. They're like, well, where's the owner of the company and where's the rest of the roster? Oh, they always send you out here by yourself.
I mean,
You know,
Right. And again, we get that people have lives, people have work, but when events are like brought to you like weeks ahead in advance, you should be able to have a time window of being able to call off of that day.
it's not even just that; it's lying and sabotaging certain things. Not gonna say no names, but somebody was booked in a match against me, in another match for WTW and the Battle Royal that day. Told me all that week they were gonna come, and because they didn't like the fact that they were booked for the Battle Royal, they didn't come. Said they had work, but was at a whole nother event twice. This happened twice.
oh my God.
And so when these people or these other companies are asking me, well, where's the wrestlers that you said were going to be there? And I'm sitting there because I can't find anybody. That looks bad on me.
Yeah, that
And
really
that
puts her in a
makes me
bad
not want
spot.
to work with IPW.
Now
Yeah.
you can say this: not every person from management has to be there, but at least the owner and one or two representatives that are part of management should be there. Because she was the only one there as a representative, and there was no owner. It put her in a tight spot, and it definitely made the company look a little bad.
Or people swearing to God that I'm the owner of the company
I
because everything that was going on was through me.
I understand. I definitely understand. I definitely understand. Especially we had these partnerships going on. I just wish we had like a little bit more participation than nobody coming. You know, it's just especially they was eager to work with us or whatnot. I mean, all we could do was learn from it, and just do better. If we could gain these partnerships again, that would be great. But if not, all we gotta do is just keep pushing forward.
Like we don't want to see nobody fall or anything. Like everybody should be uplifting each other. But if y'all just want to do y'all, then what's the point?
If y'all don't want to take initiative and follow suit, because unfortunately, no matter who comes to the company, if the criticism, if you can't take the criticism or even acknowledge that somebody that truly wants to see me do good is trying to tell me something that's good for myself, and that's around all aspects. That's management. That's you as a wrestler. That's you as the owner of the company. If you can't take that, then why are you really doing this?
This would be a good time. That's the power of
I know the owner of. Well, I'm just going to speak on the owner of the company. I know he was injured for half of the season. You know, he was out for he injured his arm at another event, so that was the reason for most of his absence. I'm gonna say.
I mean, he showed up at Mania. I can say that he actually competed in the Battle Royal.
Okay.
But it's bothersome that as soon as you got cleared, instead of doing a show for your company where you could be at, you were at somebody else's event. That's bothersome.
Yeah, I couldn't say this. Like, the rain has fucked up the scheduling for the shows and everything. But after the rain stopped and it's been nice the past couple of weeks, there was no like initiative to try to put on another show.
You okay?
I got more gas than I thought. I thought I was only gonna be able to get like $15 in gas. I was able to get 30 because apparently they.
Okay. I mean, well, that's what happened. I mean, so he was at Mania, you know, and well, okay, all right. Well, I mean, like I said, I just hope next season we just have more participation. That's all I can, you know.
I mean, I wish you guys the best of luck.
Oh.
But honestly, there's a lot of
Same here.
darkness within that company, and it's not a lot of initiative.
You're not so bad.
Well, I think there's going to be some initiative with the wrestlers, the wrestlers that we have, you know, because everybody wants to do better. They want to change their ways, and this is within the current conversations that we had. You know, I am sensing a change, you know, with the roster and whatnot. I am sensing a change. You know, so that's all I can say on that part right there.
Good. What are you all?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, they had the cleanest gas station bathroom.
Hope so.
I mean, I hope so too. I mean, all we could do was just say, but guys, Joe Hale wants to come on and talk to y'all, so I'm gonna let him in. Okay.
Oh snap! Better call Joe.
What's up, Joe?
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for the pro wrestling business. But I'm learning a lot from you guys. This Friday, I make my debut as a manager for a company. And I want to thank you guys for everything you've done and continue to do.
That's what's up.
You guys know of XPW, right? BW?
Yeah.
That's my new company.
Hey, that's what's up.
But there's always, if you guys want in, just ask. Has.
Mm-hmm.
You might know him. My client is Crimson.
Oh yeah, I know Mike.
The
Big
Fake
Mike.
Red Machine.
The Machine. And I'll give you guys a little spoiler alert. I recruited 2 new people today to join an army of 1.
Okay.
So I just want to thank you guys. That's all I want to say.
No problem. I'm still learning myself, so I just can't wait to see where the rest of my career takes me. 'Cause I'm still young, so I got a lot of years down the road.
Are you guys going to be at the We Are One show? Am I allowed to promote it? I don't care.
On what, the 27th?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Bring her too. Tell her to come.
Unfortunately, I work 12-hour shifts on Sunday, so I cannot come.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
apparently they're going to do a Saturday show also in January.
Okay.
Because they want fans to come out and all over the place.
All right.
But, guys, yeah, that's all I wanted to say is thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Not a problem.
Thank you, Joe.
No problem.
I'll get off because I know John Campbell might want to come on and talk.
Okay. We would love to have John on.
But thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm just gonna, you know, for the current roster, of IPW. I mean, before this past season, this season, everybody had everybody had potential, and everybody had great runs. And your work will not be ignored and whatnot, and all we can do is build from it. But this past season was a bit challenging for all of us, and all we can do is just go forward from there. So, I mean,
Yeah, I just feel like it didn't have to be that challenging
mm-mm.
if people really got out their own heads and stopped feeling like, you know, people was against them.
Right.
Because all it was just telling the honest truth. Again, people might not want to go pro. That's cool. But the owner of IPW has intentions or had intentions for his company to get to that level.
And and he still does. He still does.
Which means, unfortunately, everything you have to prepare yourself for things to not always, one, go your way. Two, it's like wrestling, sports in general requires a certain discipline.
Mm-hmm.
That's in any sport. And wrestling is one of those sports where if you don't have that discipline, you're going to go into a situation where you can potentially hurt yourself or others. I get that. One of the biggest things we was going through in IPW was the fact that we didn't have a ring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how people are comfortable wrestling on just turf. Now, won't say no names. I was called a hypocrite because I wrestled in a park. I wrestle in a park.
Everybody has
Besides,
wrestled in a park in their
everybody
career.
has wrestled in a park, but it's
Everybody.
how you wrestle in a park. When I first started with SCW,
Mm-hmm.
SCW had at least a ring structure. They had mats
Yeah,
and they had a roped off
they
section.
literally had four trees in the middle of a park that were literally in the perfect shape for a ring.
Mm-hmm.
They bought
And
themselves
when we
mats. They
wasn't
got
doing
ropes.
shows, in the park, the owner of the
They
company
definitely rented out H2O for most of their
and
pay per
and
view
that was a
shows.
company and that was a company doing because everybody who participated on that roster, they gave up money to participate in that building.
And now most of them are wrestling in that building as part of their roster.
By the time I got to ASW as a member of the roster, they had their ring.
Wow.
When I came
And
to
and I was still
Vinny,
a
you
part
are a
of
witness.
ASW before they got there.
When I came to IPW, Vinny, you were a witness.
Mm-hmm.
What did I? What did we make sure they had for our first show?
You made sure they had a ring.
Ring, and when we did the show at when we did Urban Assault,
Sure had the
we
ring.
made sure we had the ropes and
The
the
man.
mats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was never just straight turf or any of that.
Where's the power
No.
coming?
Mm-mm. No, I think that came. That came along like at least like it wasn't the first show. I'm gonna say it was like a couple shows after that. We was on turf the first part of the year, and then the later part of the year we was in the rain and we was in the makeshift ring.
And
Yeah,
then again, Vinny, me and you started coming out of pocket and
we
renting the
did.
ASW ring.
Right.
But there was a management group of several people.
Mm.
And multiple times it was brought up that, hey, we can make sure everything is good. 7 people, $23 a person. Nobody answered. But I took out of rent and stuff like that to make sure we had rings. And that got thrown back in my face because people were perfectly okay just wrestling in a park.
Yeah, my bills didn't get paid because motherfuckers wanted to wrestle on grass.
Yes,
Yeah.
It wasn't a, you know what? It
Hold on.
wasn't a, it was never a, you know what, Anaya, thank you for making sure I don't mess up my back furthermore by making sure we have a ring. Or thank you for putting this out to make sure we had this to make our product look better.
No, these arguments we had because I couldn't get my fucking bills paid. I couldn't get my nails done because you motherfuckers
Oh
had to have a
shit!
ring.
Oh my God, best friend.
Oh my God, Yasmin. Listen, listen, good people. We have the owner of IPW who wants to join.
I do apologize. I'm so
All
sorry.
right, so I'm about to add him.
I'm sorry.
JT Adam,
Yo,
what's going on?
Warrior. What up, Baymax?
yo,
What's going on?
nothing. Just getting off work.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I've been getting phone calls about this live and everything. So me
Okay.
getting off work and everything give me enough time to figure out what the hell is going on.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're talking about the past season, what didn't go right, and everything. So, as the owner, what do you have to say about what was said? What do you have to say?
Like I said, I don't know what's being said, but this is what's gonna stay
Okay.
out my mouth.
All right. Go ahead.
I said to Haas, literally, hands down, in a private message. I thank the man for literally coming out, doing what he's doing and everything. Me and Haas literally fucking started working together. How long, bro?
Shit, I've been wrestling for damn near a decade. I started in HSW in like 2015.
And look where we at now. Haas is at the pro world and everything. I went from literally being somebody's partner to having my own company and everything. I've been literally doing different shit and everything with different companies. I literally said out my mouth to Haas, thank you for helping us out and everything. Thank you for being a fucking champion for us. Thank you for doing shit for us. I didn't sugarcoat shit. When Anaya said she was leaving to go to the other company and everything, I I understood what was going on. At the end of the day, Anaya is a fucking hell of a good wrestler, hands down. At the end of the day, if Anaya wants to literally continue doing what she's doing and take that step to go further beyond in her career, that's fine. I'm not stopping nobody. But motherfuckers are not gonna come to me and say out their mouth, "Oh, I wanna do this, I wanna do that." If you wanna do this and do that, prove it. Motherfuckers haven't proved shit to nobody. This whole season was supposed to be a fucking season where companies come together and everything, like Haas said plenty of times this whole season, right or wrong.
Right.
Motherfuckers wanted to play around and everything, that's fine. But don't come at me the wrong way and say, hey, you're not doing your job and everything. You're fucking up and everything. You're not seeing who needs this, who needs that. Motherfuckers, if y'all don't like what the fuck is being said to certain people, don't say shit to me. There's wrestlers that fucking left who's asking to come back now. As soon as people fucking leave and as soon as the fucking season got uh canceled and everything because we couldn't get no fucking shows going for the last what 3 shows
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Last 3 shows.
because we're still
Because
basically
people
wait,
felt,
hold on. Yeah, 3 shows plus we're missing we're still missing videos and everything that people supposed to
been gave to us and everything, and we still don't have it. So at the end of the day, everybody's been telling me, yeah, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. That's fine. At the end of the day, I don't even give a fuck no more. We need to restart, rebuild, redo every fucking thing. I'm not going to keep saying I'm going to take IPW to the next level because motherfuckers don't want to go to the next level. So you know what? I'm taking myself to the next level. So March of 2023, I make my fucking pro world debut.
Okay. Wow. All right.
I was supposed to do my debut in December. I'm not going to do it because I need more time to literally do my rehab and everything. And then once I'm done doing rehab and shit, Reaper X right here, the man himself, literally said, Timmy, when you ready and you healed up and everything 100%, where you can literally bend your arm all the way down, come see me. We can get you going more, and I can help you get back to the fucking level that you was at before.
I mean, stop eating all that cotton candy, fat boy.
Now, JT, I got a question for you.
Yo.
JT, I got a question for you.
No more sugary.
Huh?
What happened?
I said,
No
I got
more
a question.
Pringles for you.
No more Pringles.
I'm the go night night.
My
No.
question for you is, you as the owner of the company, I want your full honest opinion. You as the owner of the company, at any point this time this season, any decision that I was forced to make, was I wrong in any of it?
Any decisions you made, you brung it to us and everything. Minus the back and forth that was going on between you and Barry, and that shit got squashed. Everything was fine.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. There was one show that IPW was supposed to have, and I ultimately feel, because of how that situation happened, this is where IPW as a company lost its way. There was supposed to be a big show
Not even worth
that put
evaluating.
two companies together against each other. It was this invasion
What's going on?
show. Not right or wrong.
What shows? What two companies?
The IPW and CPW invasion show.
Yeah, that was supposed to happen and everything, and then it went from IPW, CPW to IPW, CPW, ASW.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went back.
It went back to Trenton. It did.
But everybody knows that show was originally supposed to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
It was originally supposed to be IPW versus CPW, and it never happened.
Nope.
And I'm not gonna lie, when something like it did happen, it was a bunch of bullshit that should not never happen, and it did happen. And that was another thing that started frustrating me. And JT, I'm just gonna be honest, I feel like when a lot of that shit happened, you really didn't say anything. And if you was saying it, you wasn't saying it around the right people. Because there was a lot of things that IPW's name got thrown in the IPW that just should not have happened for how you wanted your company to move this season.
Okay, that's understandable on that. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, right or wrong.
Right.
Just like how motherfuckers get upset with me for getting injured, and soon as everything plays out, and I try to figure out what's the next move for IPW, I get the backlash of, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, but you can do this, you can do that. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck we went from doing business with ASW to how the fuck we lose business with ASW.
Nobody wasn't showing up. That was their whole big issue. When they
Nobody was
had people
coming.
booked, nobody came.
It was, yeah. That's just what it is.
This is how it's gonna go because it feels like it happens at it happens at every promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Every promotion. And it's like every promotion goes through this every year. If it's not every year, every other year. But every promotion goes through this. And if motherfuckers can't get the shit together, they're getting suspended. If motherfuckers can't get their act together, why do something that you say you like and everything? Don't do it. It's not your fucking passion, it's not your career. If you want to become a professional wrestler and everything, follow that fucking path. Take the fucking steps and everything. Don't say this is a career and everything, and then as soon as you get into the semi-pro world or the pro world or whatever, you be like, fuck it, I don't care no more. That shit is not cool. Because you got motherfuckers literally coming out they fucking pockets, out they fucking ass, just to give you feedback on shit that needs to be said. And motherfuckers don't realize there's fucking pros who did the fucking underground world, who was like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that and everything. I want to help you out and everything. But motherfuckers don't want to take the fucking the feedback. They don't want to take the fucking backlash.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't take the backlash, there's no point in you saying any fucking thing. At the end of the day, motherfuckers need to realize it's one mission that we're all trying to fulfill. And that mission cannot be fulfilled because motherfuckers are not trying to do what the fuck they're trying to do. So trying to get that mission going, they're taking it to the next level. They're taking it to the next level.
Right. Okay.
I don't understand motherfuckers today. Like, at the end of the day, motherfuckers don't realize, hey, y'all do this, y'all do that and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We lost a fucking soldier who's been literally putting shit together and everything, making sure all these different underground promotions are fucking trying to get together and everything to be a
Right.
fucking unit and everything, but we can't even do that.
No, I mean, like I said, JT, all we can do is just go forward and just learn. It was mistakes made this season, and everybody can benefit from the advice that was given to them, and just grow and evolve as that wrestler, and they know what it takes to be that wrestler and to elevate your brand. Your being a wrestler and your name, that's your brand. That's your brand. You have to elevate your brand. You have to put yourself out there, not just for the company, for yourself. If you're gonna do it for the company, great, but for yourself though. For yourself,
Nobody wants to do it for themselves.
do you want to
Because
get out there?
it's a handful of people that's willing to go to the next fucking. Everybody else is still playing fucking wrestling. Like, all right, my handful and everything of people who's going to grow and everything. But when you want to, like, let's do this, let's get together, Now you got the storyline going. It's oh, who the
Right.
fuck wants to play wrestling if you're doing this shit for real?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, and different ideas were shared and stuff.
Offense if you want to.
I,
I haven't exercised this much in a while.
I say that
We're trying to get John Campbell on here. He wants to say something, so we're trying to get him on here. I did send him the link, so he'll be joining us momentarily. So he wants to say some things as well.
but correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody saying they want to be pros and shit, right or wrong.
That's true. That's what most everybody want to say.
Now, if you want to be a pro and everything, it takes fucking time to do all this shit.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Once again, and this is me saying this shit. Look at Haas. Haas literally took the steps and everything, and went further beyond everybody else. Look at Anaya. Anaya started with one company, started with another company, took a break just to get healthy and everything, come back, go to another company just to get into a pro company. Motherfuckers don't realize this is not like oh, I'm gonna just do this and everything and then fuck you, I'm out. No, it's when you take it to that level, you do what you do, go to the next level. There's levels to this shit. Now you're at that pro level right now. Motherfuckers don't realize there's people that watch that want to take backyard wrestlers and make them into fucking pro wrestlers.
Cause like I was talking to a lot of the pro wrestlers that worked with IPW, and it's sad to say when they were in IPW they went through the exact same thing I went through, except they weren't crowned the COO. Trying to help, trying to get people trained up, and they just weren't taking the initiative, or it was a problem. And that's sad because, again, your selfishness, clearly we can see you don't give a fuck about what's going on with IPW, but it's not your company. The owner of the company is expecting certain things from their wrestlers. Granted, okay, yeah, it's not a job, it's not a real job, but again, this man has plans to make the company something bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
And he can't, or it never will be, if people don't, no offense, get their heads out their asses.
Again, there's no point of going to the next level because everybody still wants to play wrestling. You want to play wrestling? That's fine, go ahead. But motherfuckers need to realize if kids do this shit, take the initiative to be like, you know what? I'm gonna step my game up to the next level.
Yeah, and I mean, and next season is time, for people to prove themselves and whatnot, and just show up and show out, and bring their A game. That's all I mean. Yeah, so this is crazy.
Also, JT, I want to say to you, because another issue I was having, and I feel like a lot of people were having, it was always a lot of back and forth. It was always a lot of, well, JT said, and well, while you wasn't here, JT did this and JT said this, or well, JT was talking to me and such, and it's just like, JT, you as the owner and stuff like that, that looks bad on you when you appointed your set of people that you talk to, and then they go out and relay a message and they look up and they're like, oh, well, JT said this, so I'm confused. That happened on more than one occasion throughout me working with IPW.
Right.
That should never have to happen.
No, it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't, but before you came into the company, this was happening anyway. And I don't want the pattern to continue. Motherfuckers needs to realize I'm the one who you should not be contacting. There's a fucking steps. There's a fucking bunch of upper management.
If you want to come out the other way, yeah.
And literally are, and if you can't fucking talk to them, you have to talk. You have to. Not cool. That's disrespect. But motherfuckers don't realize. They don't care.
Like also the roster
goes through that shit.
The roster was too small. Honestly, it should have stayed that you having your CEO and COO and then you, because unfortunately the roster is too small to give everybody a position. It's too small to have GMs and commissioners. You know, it's too small right now. And that was another thing I always said. A lot of ideas that was being thrown out, and it's a fact. The roster was too small.
Mm-hmm.
The roster was too small. We shouldn't have had tag team titles. The roster was too small for that. You know, even Vinny said that at one point. The roster was just too damn small. You know, when I brought WTW, it was because you had the hardcore title. I didn't want to see it get retired. That was supposed to help.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, roster's too small.
Right.
You know, when we did certain things like having the Invasion show
Madam,
for IPW, for it to have been an IPW versus CPW, knowing that we have a small roster, whenever that whole thing got planned out, certain IPW members shouldn't have joined the CPW roster. It didn't make sense. It didn't.
I think we need to come get this.
And I said that, but again, that's another reason I always felt like it was other conversations being held when I wasn't around. And then these decisions just got made and they stuck, and it made no sense.
Leave my charger cord on, so I'll fuck you up.
Get the fuck down before I kick you.
But I mean, it happened.
Oh, girl, I'm trying to play the game.
Huh?
Come get this stuff. She just invaded in my personal space and everything. She just walked up on me and licked my face.
You got a new girlfriend.
Do you know what my woman would do to this cat?
That's between you, the cat.
Oh, my nigga, yo, shut up, baby. No more Pringles.
I'll eat my Oreos if you take
no more Oreos.
Oh no, you can't take my Oreos.
No more glazed donuts either. Oreos. No more glazed donuts, fat boy.
Let me get off of here and everything. I'll hit y'all up later.
Oh, she look like she got on too.
This is awkward.
Oh, there she go. I was about to say, this is awkward.
Ladies ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna open up the live. Anybody want to come on and say what they gotta say? I'm gonna put the link in the comment, and yeah, I'm put the link in the comments. Whoever want to respond to what was going on, feel free to do it. Feel free to do it. I'll add you in. I'll be right back. Go ahead, Lioness. Go.
Oh, where everybody go?
I don't know where everybody went. I had to step away for a minute, so I'm gonna step away real quick. But whatnot. But the live will be on. I did send the link in the comments so anybody could join in. I'll just click them on.
All right, because my thing is, will anybody that deep down, low key, know that they had any wrongdoings of how this season turned out? Are they gonna come on and admit where they was wrong?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm inviting them more. I'm inviting them more. Hold on one
Like,
second.
is anybody gonna come on and say maybe we could have did this better and talked it out like this, and it would have came out like this? That's what I really want to see at this point. Is anybody going to be man enough to come on and say, you know what, I was being selfish and I didn't look at it from that point of view?
I'm gonna send it in. I'm gonna send the link one more time and other people's chat and the other chats.
Or are they gonna talk among? And that's the thing. Are they gonna talk amongst themselves in their private group chats?
I mean,
because that's the thing about me. I can be really humble, but I can also be really disrespectful.
I mean, yeah, I know you can. I know you can, and I'm gonna say this. I thought you was gonna go in, but you held it together.
Well, that's because the people who I thought, were gonna come try to speak their piece and try to throw blame and shame on me. I thought they were gonna come, so I thought I was gonna be able to pull cards. But it's like, nobody's here. But I bet you they're all tucked away in their group chats.
That's something. I know. Jalen, click on the link in the comments.
And now I'm giving everybody their chance because, like I'm not gonna lie, I asked y'all new COO. I asked Sir William, am I missing something? Am I not seeing something that everybody else seen?
No, you're not missing.
I asked the owner multiple times. Was I wrong? Did I do something wrong? Like, why do these men feel the way that they feel about certain things that I do for the company? And he said no. I asked the pros and the men that left IPW and that were there before me that are now pros that went through the same thing. They said no. So it's like, I really, at this point for me now, is I want to know why. I want to know why did we go through what we went through this season when all I tried to do was put us out there in the best ways possible.
Yeah, and I get that. Yeah, and you did, and you put the. I'm going to say this. It most likely was a scheduling issue of why we couldn't have the participation that we had. I know.
No offense, I legit was losing sleep and being late for work to do this.
Oh no, we don't want to do that. Oh no,
I legit went through a door to keep certain partnerships for IPW.
Yes, you did. We don't want to do that either.
I mean, it was fun. Hell,
I know.
Listen, I got my props for it.
Yeah, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yeah.
Fucking road. Where's your goddamn turn signal? Get off your fucking phone!
I got yelled at like that for IPW.
I know. Damn.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I got clowned because people are asking me why do I still work with them and put up. And for a while, I didn't. It was just because I see the potential.
Right. Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
The previous GM, Jay Lynn, asked, this kid Casanova, she asked, can she come in? I don't know if she clicked the link.
I did. I told her to click the link in the comments in the IPW group chat. Kia, click the link in the comments and in the IPW group chat, to join in. I sent it in there for you. But yeah, we I get it. You made sacrifices. You made a lot of sacrifices, and you make sacrifices. People make sacrifices to join, to do this and whatnot. You make sacrifices. But I don't know. I have a lot of things I don't know. I'm the CEO. A lot of things I don't know, and I'm being, told right now. So just gonna say that. So I was witness to most of the things that happened. I was.
I mean, hell, Vinny, before I pointed it out, I was actually the higher position than you.
Yes,
I had to let them know that the CEO is actually higher than the COO.
Right.
I was wrong for that too, I guess. Shit.
You was just doing right. You was just trying to do right. And
I know they sitting here looking at it. They gotta be. All I want to know is why.
I'm asking people to come on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The only person I don't regret saying that he's a shitty wrestler to is Anthony Archer.
Okay.
No offense, he don't got it. Maybe, like he said, he's been doing this for years. Maybe he had it 20 years ago before, I came out my daddy screwed him. But now he don't. And that's just complete honesty. Take that how you want. I'm just being honest.
Okay. Well,
I don't.
I mean, but he wasn't.
But I appreciate him for putting KJ through that table. I like that.
Oh, well, Anaya, I seen that. He wasn't active this season. He wasn't really active this season, so people's a little rusty, a little bit. You may see him. You may see him back on the channel. So you may see him back on the channel. Just saying.
No, just saying it's not coming back. I'm just
no, not just. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. Oh, I know that. I know that he's done. I know.
And that's another thing. I'm sorry. Me as an individual, knowing that we had access and could obtain knowledge from people like Just Saying, Rio, Haas, and we just squandered that. At some point that has to be unsettling. And Vinny, you're not a wrestler. You're just somebody who simply loves the sport. Mm-hmm. Right or wrong?
Right, you're right.
So to know that these people were once in this company and are now out there in the pro world and they were still willing to help and guide and we lost that, is that not
It is unsettling. It is.
Like, Vinny, for you, my question for you is everything going on, and I want your full honest opinion. I don't want the sweet. I want the raw, hard, uncensored opinion of you and how you feel about how things was, how they was in the beginning, how they was this season. Like, I want your opinion.
Okay, so before this season, everything was great. Everything, in my opinion, everything was great. We had a lot of participation. And people showed up. They came. We didn't have all this AWOL shit that was going on. We didn't have none of this. And I guess because we was wrestling within each other, it wasn't really like pros coming in or whatnot. It was just us. It was us with a few people that that wrestle in ASW and whatnot. But now he said he was, oh my God, it's crazy. I'm just looking at the comments and I'm cracking up. But now the season wasn't the best season for IPW at all. It wasn't the best. Lack of participation was key. I know scheduling was a bad factor or whatnot, but this season was supposed to be our best season, and it wasn't. This season was shitty. It was. Last year we was uploading shows back to back, boom, on the channel, nonstop every month. Now, nothing. And I want to get our company back to that, but enhance ourselves to the next level. That's all I want, and that's my true, honest opinion. This season was shitty.
Do you think IPW was better off just staying in a park with nothing?
Hey Jalen, hold on 1 second. IPW is not better off staying in the park with nothing, without a ring or whatnot. We need access to things like that. We should have things like that. We should have something. We should have a trampoline or something. I'm just saying. But we should have something else.
Hey
guys.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm great. I just wanted to come on here and tell Anaya she did awesome this season. I think she did great. I think that everybody should give Anaya her flowers, like I've been saying. Put some respect on Anaya's name. Yeah, Anaya, you did great this season, and I think that everybody played their part. I definitely played mine too, and I probably could have played it a lot better than I did. I should have played it a lot better than I did, but everybody could have played their part a lot better.
They didn't. She didn't do good during though because
yeah.
Haas, can you come?
I don't mean like.
I agree.
The actual words, like
I agree. All right.
I mean, Vinny, do you think I was doing the most this season?
That you was doing the most? You was doing. What do you mean by that? I wanted to say doing the most, as in what?
Do you think I was too extra by trying to secure things that I knew that could elevate us?
All right. Well, no, you was not being too extra. You was putting your heart and soul in it. You're very passionate. You're very passionate and whatnot. But we're gonna listen. You're more passionate. We had conversations. You know, and how you wanted this so much for IPW. And I said let's not put so much money out there because it wasn't smart. It just wasn't smart or whatnot.
Why do you keep kicking?
I'm not going to back on what I said. I said
I'm gonna have to just get her one of those.
because even last season we were starting to see what we see now. Or what we
Right,
see.
and it's like, unfortunately, in order for a company to elevate, you gotta put out a little cash.
I understand that.
Like WTW,
I
when it comes to them obtaining titles and stuff, and I've seen it, they all put money together as a company to get all the belts they need. They had, as a company, they put the money up to get their ring.
That's how it should be.
They sit and talk about their shit.
That's right.
And every time me or you or myself would bring up monetary things to help elevate our company, it was crickets. But as soon as somebody got told they wasn't getting a title, the whole group chat would light up. But let you say, can y'all cut a promo for this? Crickets. Hey, does anybody got some money so we can get this? Crickets. Oh, well, you're not getting this title. Oh, well, why aren't they getting this title and why can't this? And
I know. Now I'm not going. We're not going to sit here and deny it because that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. You know, we just got to learn from it. You know, we got to work together as a team. That's just
you want to see my new baby real quick though, Vinny?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the international champ. Okay. I like that belt. I like
first female to hold the ASW title. First woman to hold the ASW title.
Period. All titles. Period. Oh my gosh. Now that's history. That is history.
Mind you, it's crazy because at one point in time, like the layout for this title, the company they got this title from, as you remember, I was sending out screenshots to the management company because I'm like, okay, we need XYZ titles. The base title, Vinny, what I say? It was because you know it was 7 of us in that management chair, right or wrong?
That's right.
These titles only run about $160. Us as management, because people that wanted these titles were in our management. Crickets every time. Every time. And you know, I get it. People have lives, people have stuff going on. But I'm in a situation where I don't have the best means to do all the extra stuff that I somehow was able to do this season. Hell, personally, I still kind of owe you money for the match.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
I gave you half of that back.
Yeah, don't worry.
But it's just like but that didn't matter. Only thing that mattered was my team had somewhere to do everything they need to do to the best of their abilities. Because no offense, you can't do the same shit in a park that you can do in a fucking ring.
That's true. Hands down, that's true.
copyright infringement is real.
It is real.
People want IPW to get big. Okay, we get big. We start getting these views. YouTube start paying us, and then WWE wants your money because you using their titles.
That's true. You can't use their belts. You can't.
WWE want their money because you using their people's theme song.
Mm-hmm.
WWE want their money because you using they pay-per-view names.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody was thinking about it like that. Because wasn't that another problem you was having? I got backlash for telling people they couldn't use theme songs.
I said that before.
No, get your ass out here.
I said that last season. You cannot use current and former theme songs. Pick a song and rock with it. Oh yeah, I said all that.
Like again, no offense, maybe just a little. Anthony Archie, Urban Assault. You came out to like 3 different Randy Orton songs and did that man's pose.
I know it can't. I know.
CPW, they did the Uso thing on our show. That's a bad joint. Granted, okay, yes, we're a tiny little rinky-dink company that's barely getting 130 views. But God forbid, if people would listen and get their head out their asses, and we did, y'all did make it big, they can still go back in time and be like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah. You did this at this day and time, yeah.
And now Triple H McMahon is looking like I want my money.
Of course. And it goes up into the thousands. So, yeah, it's real. It's crazy.
It's just like,
mm-hmm.
Again, I understand people do wrestling as a hobby and for fun. And people do it for more than that.
Uh-huh.
For me, again, if you like wrestling in just the park and you don't want to ring, granted, I can never understand why you don't want that. Get stuff to protect yourself. But the biggest picture I think a lot of us were missing from it was at the end of the day, it was people were thinking about what they wanted, but failed to realize that it's not their fucking company. You might want to do this as a hobby, but the owner of the company wanted to go to the next level. You might want to stay in the park, but if the owner of the company says he wants to be in a ring, you're either going to get in a fucking ring and make it happen or get the fuck out. And that was the thing.
And he said that.
And said it multiple times, and everybody was like, oh, well, I want to be here, but did y'all really want to be here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said that multiple times. And he still says it to this day. He says it to this day.
Before we ended up having to pay out of pocket to use the ASW ring, WTW was offering us training in their ring and everything. They were even trying to help us figure out ways to get out there. But nobody looked at it like that.
Well, they know now.
John Campbell offered a handful select of us an opportunity to do security at these pro shows and take some bumps and get training. Nobody took that opportunity. I'm going on this. I'm doing it in December, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Angelus Morningstar came to an event and worked with people. Nobody, but nobody that claimed they want this took that opportunity. Just saying, came and talked to y'all. Nobody took that opportunity. They took everything he said as disrespect. But that's not the case. The same thing with Rio and everybody. It's just like myself. Everybody thought when I said something, then Haas and MG, they would say something. Oh, they're just taking her side because they're her peoples. No, it goes beyond that. Because before Haas became my best friend, that's all we knew each other as wrestlers and co-workers. But I knew that he was my senior when it came to this ring shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain rules and stuff you have to follow by, whether you're a backyarder or a pro. Or a backyard company trying to transition into pro. It's still rules and things you have to follow by.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope next season goes good for y'all, but in my deepest honesty, I don't think they're still ready to take that initiative and take that honesty and take it for what it is.
Mm.
I'm cocky now, but I'm still not I'm still really humble because I can look back at my old videos and be like, damn, I was a really shitty wrestler, but look at me now.
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen one of my very first matches when I first started.
Yeah.
As to where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm. I did.
The Josh Say that was in SCW wasn't ready to face Reaper X. The Josh Say that was in SCW couldn't stand in a battle royal with Angelus and Reaper at the same time and look them both in the face and dare swing on Angelus. No, she couldn't. The same one in SCW wouldn't have stood in an ASW ring and not go against one, not two, but three ASW legends. I faced Thor and Exodus Jones and then had a Mania moment against Reaper.
Damn.
No offense, I don't think no IPW member that was there before I got there can sit there and say that because they're all too cocky and too level-headed. Well, no, they're too cocky and too much in their own damn head. And it's sad because they're older than me. Besides Junior, but that's another story. Again, I don't know if they're in this live watching. I don't know if they're in their group chats saying whatever they're going to say about me. But at least I know I was woman enough to come on this live and say everything that I needed to say and that I wanted to say and got my point across.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, facts is facts. Truth is truth. A lot of the IPW members on the rosters, if they went against anybody in ASW or anybody from the pros, 9 times out of 10, that pro or that ASW superstar was carrying them in that fucking match. And that's just truth.
Bullshit. Man.
That's truth because they don't want to train. They don't want to take initiative. That whole situation with Just, no offense, because even JT said he was wrong for doing it. RJ would have never got choked out that day if somebody was really there to show Keenan what the fuck to do.
Okay. And I believe we got a guest. His name is Thomas Adams, and he's going to join us. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Go ahead. Continue. Never mind. Go ahead. I mean, it's the only way you're going to get better is if you train, and practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. There's potential for everybody, but practice makes perfect. Different people, wrestling different people and whatnot, facing different people, you get better at it. You get better at your craft.
I don't want to bring up a situation that was dead,
Mm-hmm.
but to Brian Aries, I'm sorry that you didn't get your proper moment that you wanted to have with the IPW World Heavyweight title, whether you believe it or not, though. And I think, Vinny, you are a witness. I advocated for you to get it when you did get it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
But unfortunately, and it happens in the real world, it happens in real jobs too. when a mass majority of a people can only do one thing, you have to go with the majority. But I am sorry you did not get the proper run that you wanted. But I want you to know at the end of the day, I advocated for that show for that title to go on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ronnie, no matter how you feel, before we had talked to make that change to put the title on Reaper, I advocated. You know more than anybody. I advocated for it to go on you. But no offense, you wasn't doing what you needed to do for IPW, which is why that decision was made. I'm not sugarcoating it. Maybe you felt like you was, but you wasn't, because and like I said, no offense, but before CPW happened, Ronnie was cutting promos every week, whether he had an opponent or not. Ronnie was coming to trainings. He didn't skip out on shows.
Yeah, he was very active. Very active.
At that point, he showed that he had world champion potential. And I advocated, Benny, again, you're a witness. I advocated for that title to go on him. I advocated for his storyline to go the way it was because it would have put him over. I asked pros when I thought of his storyline. Did I not?
And what they say?
The storyline I came up with him, that they liked it. It worked. It would have drawn, especially because of who Ronnie was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a great.
It shouldn't have took for somebody to tell you that the title wasn't going on you for the day of that show that was supposed to happen. You all of a sudden come up with a promo. That's fucked up.
He had a great run as a Global United champion and stuff. So I mean, and hey, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm about to get off. I just thought, somebody was gonna come on.
No, they're not coming on. I mean, I invited them to come on.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is,
yeah,
for everybody here at IPW, I want to see y'all succeed. But the way that you guys are running around with your own careers up your ass, it's not going to look good for the company. Not just be on you, but for the company itself. I'm going to say this one last little thing because I've said all I needed to say. I've given out advice. I literally snapped on motherfuckers when it wasn't my place to, but somebody had to hear the truth. A lot of people needed to hear the truth. But what I want to say is, sit down and look at yourself in the mirror one day and ask yourself these 3 questions. Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to be here? And is wrestling for me? Those 3 questions will have you all pondering your careers, your managerial roles, whether you deserve the championship that you guys want to have or not. And then let that humbling fact really set in that, damn, maybe I should have listened. Because at the same time, for y'all that don't like the authority that was going on in IPW, what does it feel like when you're not wrestling, when you're in the real world, when you're at work? You still have a boss to answer to. Being a wrestler, you still have a boss to answer to. It's not different. Granted, you're not getting paid, but you can still get seriously hurt. And what happens when you get seriously hurt? You can't blame the company because, again, y'all don't have any legal things, any medical things. Because if you get hurt wrestling on turf or wrestling in grass and shit like that, what are you going to tell a hospital? That's the one thing you guys got to really pay attention to.
They gonna tell them I thought I was Kofi Kingston.
Because here's an example. Back then when UWF and ASW were doing a partnership, I faced Mikey Anarchy. He got hurt in one of our matches, and because he was still kind of underage, because he was only 17 at the time and he was still kind of in school, he had to tell the school how he got hurt. And you know, because of that, he had to sit away from wrestling until he turned 18, where he was legal enough to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. But shit like that can happen on a dime, and you guys wouldn't realize it because you think you know everything. Because some of you guys are older. But best believe, knowing wrestling and doing wrestling are two different things. Because if you think you know it and you want to get into it and you don't know what you're doing, that is going to be very bad for you guys. I can say that now. But if you do wrestling and you learn along the way, it's going to help you. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you get into wrestling and think you know everything because you see it on TV, instead of learning how to do it, you're going to be in for a bad time. Because everything you see on TV is definitely much harder to do in real life. So just, like I said, I don't want to see nobody fail. You guys at IPW, you guys do what you can to rebuild everything. Hopefully everybody next season starts to realize the big picture instead of just themselves. And things start building back to what it needs to be. Because, like I said before, I had high hopes for a lot of people here. And the way things went this season, it was fucked up, man. I'm going to say this. It was fucked up. If y'all not going to be man enough to admit that y'all fucked up, just know that y'all fucked up. Because it's like I'm going to say this. For the Intercontinental Championship, I didn't ask for it. I just took it off of RJ to prove to him that there are people in this wrestling community that are better than you. I exposed him for the level of a wrestler he is, and he took that, and I can say that he humbled himself.
Still talking shit.
Yeah, he's still talking shit, but at least he humbled himself on it.
Yeah, he's still talking trash.
You know,
that was always him, though.
People felt like I was just handed the HSW world title, not knowing there was a couple of times I was like low key, like, well, who I'm about to drop this bitch to. But after a while, it was just like, I'll keep it, because when I looked around me, there was nobody holding the IPW title to elevate the IPW World Heavyweight title status. So therefore, I did it with the HSW title. Somebody had to, because, and Benny, again, you know, at one point in time, JT was trying to put both the titles on me. What did I say?
You said no. You said no.
No, I did not want the IPW world title yet.
You said no. You said no. You did. You did.
And I want y'all to really like pay attention to that. She could have had the opportunity to have both world championships, and she said no.
And the Intercontinental title.
Not a lot of people would just turn down the championship because she's not being selfish and thinking about only herself. She's thinking about how it could elevate somebody else in the company, which could help elevate the company even more. But wasn't nobody paying attention to that?
Business wise, people was heated because titles got put on Haas and MG.
Again, when I called RJ out, I never wanted the title. The title only came for a plus because of the simple fact he needed a lesson.
But that, and business wise, Haas is a pro. So those titles, if you look on LTW TV,
I legit have had that title in every single pro thing that I've been doing. I've taken it to We Are One shows. I've taken it to KPW shows. I've had it on the LTW TV and LTW events.
Getting us publicity because those people from those companies,
they literally asked me, "Where'd you get that title from? What company is that?"
And adding, you know, we was getting ads and follows on Facebook, on the Twitter page, everything.
I literally was able to get like people that I've known since I've joined pro to follow the Twitter page. There are people, James Gray, for instance, he literally follows the the Instagram page. He
He's
follows
on the Facebook page.
on the Facebook page. They pay attention to this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. We do. Yeah.
Now imagine if James Gray himself would have popped up on this live asking to join. Everybody would have popped up on here. Y'all would have listened to every single word he has said because he's been doing this longer than me. So y'all think my word ain't shit? Tell that man his word ain't shit. And I bet you if he tell you to get in the ring with him, he will expose you.
Oh shit.
Like, it's sad to say how they get, the company gets ran through the mud on the pro scenes at this point.
Shit.
Even if y'all did somehow elevate, I don't think you would get as much.
You don't think IPW is going to get as much views?
If y'all took it to the indies, no, just because of the pros that's in the indies now that were personally in the company and what they went through.
Oh, now she want to come in.
Damn.
Nobody thinks about that long term. But nobody came on here to try to rebuttal anything I said. Nobody came up to challenge or even acknowledge it. So with that,
The invitation is open. The invitation is open.
I leave this as my final farewell
Mm-hmm.
to Infinity Philly Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all might want to talk to Jay Lynn and see if y'all still can use those posters as y'all logos, because
I just want to say thank y'all for the opportunity. I want to thank for those that actually listened to some of my advice, to those that came to trainings and everything. I actually did have fun competing here with you guys. Don't get me wrong. I did have fun competing with you guys. Hopefully everything works out for y'all. And I'm going to just say this. If you guys need any advice, my inbox is open. I'm not that fucking petty, but
appreciate it.
No, I still will not shy away from those that wanted to be a wrestler because that's not what Tommy would have wanted.
Right.
Thank you for your service, Haas. Thank you.
For those that did listen, again, thank you. Mm-hmm. For those that didn't give me any issues, thank you. Mm-hmm. If y'all sitting there in y'all group chats talking shit, my mama always says haters was my biggest motivators. So to all the haters, it's a respectful you. And the Lioness is out. I love y'all. Bye.
All right, Lioness. All right. So that was it. That was it, everybody. If anybody want to come on the comment, as the CEO of IPW, I'd like to thank the Lioness, Jose Haas, MG, the entire Lions Den for their service to IPW. It was greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for your time and your performance and whatnot. And that's all we can do. That's all we can do. Y'all heard it here. What all happened within the company, from Ania's side, my side too, somewhat. Anybody want to come on? Anybody want to come on and challenge what she said for yourself? I'm going to be on here for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to get on off of here. I'm going to get on off of here. I'm going to be on here for another 5 minutes. I'm going to say the advice that was given, during their time, it was good advice. It may not have been received well or whatnot, but it was great. It was good advice. So if anybody want to come on, I'm not a wrestler. I'm the cameraman, the executive producer, and I just sit on the board. That's it. But I'm just saying that as a disclosure. So the Phils lost. Well, what is the series score 2-2? So basically on the even playing field. So if anybody want to come on this live and challenge or basically clean up, I always say Anaya said her part. She said what happened, what her experience was like at IPW for this year, for this past season. There's two sides to a coin. There's two sides to the story. So if anybody, while I'm still on here right now, click on the link in the chat room. Click on the link in the comments. You can come on here and we can talk about it. Or you have the floor, just like Anaya had the floor. Anaya had the floor. And that's that. Hold on one second. Y'all need to come on here and and basically rebuttal what she said. That's just I had nothing else to say but that. Just rebuttal what she said if y'all have an issue with that. If anybody's still watching out there, you got 5 minutes to come on or accept the invite. Anthony, you want to come on? The invite is right there. Click on the link and you can rebuttal what she said. All right. If anybody disagree, you can come on. So we're going to see what's going on in the comments here. Okay, so this is what I said. At this point, nobody going to speak up because nobody man up to admit they were wrong. This is what he said. He said he was as green as big. Oh shit. Okay. So whoever said this here, I'm pretty sure this was Anthony. He said all he had to say was because he didn't wrestle as much this season because he had to look out for his health and his knee. And to be honest, some people didn't show up, and I had to referee sometimes, call the matches with Vinny. He can tell you that for one thing. I still have knee surgery soon next year. Okay, that's what he said. Yeah. So Joe Hill says Haas and the rest of the IPW are a great team. Haas and the rest of the crew. These are the comments that we're highlighting here. John Campbell, we wish we could have you on. Someone said that was childish. What was going on? They said that was childish. What was going on within IPW? Again, it was an open forum for IPW. The former CEO, I'll be right back. Hold on 1 minute. The former CEO, the former COO came on here. She had the whole entire floor. We asked her some questions here and there and whatnot, but she did, basically she gave her experience. It was an open floor. So that was it. That was it. It is 1 a.m. in the morning. We are tired. And again, we wish the best of luck. Yeah, so for future references, this is an example. This is what it'll look like when we do highlight your comments here on the screen. But yeah, for future references, this is what it looks like. Okay, so whoever said this, some backyard are scared to be pro. So I mean, people who are sounding off on backyard wrestlers, about what's going on. Excuse me. Someone said that some backyard people are scared to be professional wrestlers. So the invitation is out to anybody who wants to come on and kind of rebuke this statement. If you disagree with this statement, whoever said this, we're going to reveal who said it. I'm going to type it up in the comments once I get off of here, and we're going to reveal who said. Someone said some backyard wrestlers are scared to be professional wrestlers. So backyard wrestlers, people who wrestle, not in the independent scene yet. What do you have to say about this? What do you have to say about this? This statement here. Some backyard wrestlers are scared to be pro. I mean, it's a 50-50. I'm just going to say that, and I'm going to leave that alone. But this is what someone said. The invitation is still open for anybody to come on here. Again, I said 5 minutes. I keep saying 5 minutes because I'm giving people a chance to get on here and say what they got to say. As a wrestler, when Anaya, the Lioness, Josh Say, was the COO, how did you feel about her management? How did you feel about her managing you, managing the company, and her oversight over the creative department? How did you feel? Did you feel she was fair? Did you feel that she was booking you differently and whatnot? This is your chance. She got off of here. This is it. She's not going to come on here anymore. She said she's done, and she bid her farewell to IPW altogether. But I want to know, you could go back? Okay, you're trying to come on. Okay, but please don't make it too long. Please don't make it too long because I'm about to end. Please don't make it too long. Again, I will try to come back on here Sunday. I'll try to come back on here Sunday. That's the best I can do. I'm gonna try. That's not a guarantee that I will reappear on Sunday, but I could try. But I want to know when she was. We're just gonna be fair. We're gonna be fair. to everybody. When you currently you're a wrestler for IPW. You're a wrestler for IPW. And you pretty much, okay, you'll come on. That's not a guarantee. You could come on now. And please try to be brief, Anthony. Please try to be brief. You come on now. I said we'll try to come on Sunday. That's not a guarantee. You know, I still work. I'm about to end it. And I don't think we're going to, yeah, I'm about to end it. It was just a lot to take in. I'm like, done. It's late. I'm tired. I'm stumbling over my words and I'm tired. There's a lot going on. Okay, so we're going to holiday. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night.